collapse. A saying that we have in this community where we discuss these things is that it's usually better to collapse first because you avoid the rush when everybody else is collapsing. So if you can adapt first and learn all the things that you need to learn in all the little aspects, how you harvest your water, how you make your food in a more sustainable way, then you are more prepared, then you can help others as well. You can be a beacon of light when everybody else is confused because they didn't know this was going to happen. It caught them by surprise. So hydroponics is a method of growing plants without soil, where the roots are suspended typically directly in a nutrient-rich water solution. We recirculate the water, we reuse the water. It's not like in traditional farming. That means we can also grow vertically much more easily. Finally, we can have some reduced labor because we don't have to deal with weeds necessarily. They don't grow so easily in a water environment. And we can also more easily automate if we want. And we can have fewer pests because the soil is a very important part of the life cycle of insects. So by getting rid of soil, we don't necessarily have as many pests as before. Hydroponics is a space-age technology. But it's actually very, very, very old. The earliest reports we have are from the Babylon Hanging Gardens in 600 BCE, where these beautiful descriptions of plants growing in water, hanging from the balconies, hanging from the big impressive buildings existed. And then these civilizations ended, and we don't really know what happened to that knowledge. They were trying to imagine, in the very optimistic way in the 1960s and the 70s, what could future human colonies look in outer space, that they'd really developed what we currently understand as hydroponics. But yeah, so this is more or less a little imagined corner of how we could think of low-tech hydroponics. There are still some pieces of high-tech here. High-tech in the context of the future, where things have deteriorated a lot, because for now it's low-tech in comparison to the big supply lines that exist. You can imagine a shelf where you have old yogurt buckets that you have collected. And once you have finished that, you can just cut a hole in your buckets, and that way you can put a plant that grows there, and then you could add your hydroponic fertilizer. Here's some wood ash. So this is one of the things that I mentioned that you could add to supplement nutrients or to control the pH of the solution. Similarly, you have here some egg shells that have been crushed, and you can make that eggshell water that then you can use to adjust the pH if you need to. All of these things you should dilute very, very much before use in soil or in hydroponics. This one, for example, has completely corroded. I cannot even open you can see holes in the metal lid from the...
What was it? Was it bokashi?
Bokashi, yeah. So here you can see that's the biofilter that I built. Basically, I have gravel and this clay aggregate, and this is what's providing a lot of surface area. We're basically building hotels for the bacteria so they can grow. And at the bottom I placed a small aquarium pump. So again, high-tech in the context, maybe 50 years from now it will be hard for something you can do, but right now it's something that's very simple. And there is a hose that moves the water up to the top where you can get in contact with the oxygen of the air. And just having that water move around, and then you add your different recipe ingredients, your aged urine, your bokashi leachate, your wood ash, then you can create that organic liquid fertilizer that then you can apply in a passive setting for your plants.